What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BMAX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our market analysis for the Digimon TCG like we do every Friday. We're here to bring you Digimon card prices. We're here to look at the meta, look at what's going on, especially with EX10 coming up in 2 weeks. Lots of different changes to the market, as well as new changes from the ban list that went into effect on September 1st. So we're going to be seeing new tournament data coming soon. I'm actually going to be in a regionals this weekend here. So lots of cool stuff coming up. So we'll have to, take a look at all those different things and what that's doing to the Digimon card market. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. We're starting off with some hype stuff. Malamyotismon, the Tamer Party, the beginning alternate art, is up at like $9 most recent sale with a $25. There's not many copies of this on the market, so you can see there's well, actually there is a lot of copies, but its lowest is $25. So this card's seeing some major hype here. Market price is like $2. I don't really know if this card is even good for the deck, but we are seeing hype around it. So if you have these lying around, maybe try and sell them right now. Even if you can't get the 25, maybe you can get 15, 20. Definitely be worth it and stuff like that. Looking again, Nokia, because Omnimon is probably one of the best decks right now. This card's actually starting to cool off here. Most recent sales 43. Market's still up around 50. You can see it's definitely coming down here. Not getting back down to like original release prices, but it's definitely starting to come down a bit. Of course, then Omnimon's the opposite. Omnimon's still hyped as all heck, and up at almost $70 right now. From original, it was like $30 at release, so it's over doubled. So this is definitely a card that I would say that if you're not interested in playing this deck, I'd get rid of this card right now, because eventually, with new stuff, with BT23, with EX10, it could definitely be coming down in price. One Omnimon that is cooling off, though, of course, is X-Antibody after the hit to Royal Knights. We can see here he's starting to cool off. Few cheaper copies on the market. It was used up at $100 for this alt just around middle of July, and slowly been coming down. Still pretty expensive though. I mean, $60, $73. Lowest one, $60 on the market. But this could definitely come down. I might wait a little bit longer. This maybe could come down to around $50. It is an alt secret, and it is still a really good card. So probably keep its value up for a little bit. Hexablow, again, Rise of Digimon is going to be coming in a month or two. And just always looking on this card to see if we're seeing some drops in prices, which definitely seeing it. It's definitely cooled off from the original $40, $50. It's kind of come down into a more reasonable range, which is kind of like where it was when this card released, which is about a year ago. It's basically a year since we got EX7. And this is still one of the best cards in the set by far. $30 for the alt. If we go back here, we can see the super is still all around. It hasn't really changed that much. It's 20 to 25, and you can see it did have some dips here, but it's came back up. So still one of the best cards you can pull out of EX7. Still makes that box worthwhile. So still a really good card, even though we are seeing the alt cool off a little bit more. Lucemon stuff is crazy right now because of hype. You see this almost the super is almost as much as the alt. Both have been going up. You got alt Lucemon's $30 a piece. Chaos Mode 38, and you might not even be playing as many full copies of these now with the new support. Even things like X-Antibodies up to 22, Saint modes up to 14. This was like under $10. Like it was like $6 for that. So yeah, the larva's up to 9. It's crazy. All this hype pricing on Lucemon is super up there. Arcturusmon, we have the the new Regulusmon, which is an alternate art as well, and the new Glaus Gamamon. This card's been seeing some increases, so this is a card that if you want to get rid of it, you could sell, because it was seeing a climb. $12 most recent sale. Lots of copies, so I don't think it's going to go up much more, but definitely don't think it was this high before. You got Gallimon X-Antibody. Gallimon X-Antibody is actually a card that's cooling off, especially if you want to play Gallant still, even with the hits to it. It's definitely starting to cool off here. You can see trending down, from $56. Most recent sale 40. Still pretty good for a alt secret rare, but definitely cooling off here, and we can see a lot of copies right at 40. So I think it potentially could go down a little bit more if people keep posting this. So there's that as well. Skull Knightmon. I was thinking about Skull Knightmon because we got the new promo for EX10. Sorry, the alternate art version of this promo for EX10 as a box topper card. So looking at this, Skull Knightmon 3rd Anniversary Survey Pack. It's still pretty expensive, up around $30. It's actually, the most recent sale is higher than the market price, but you can see there, it has been a bit of a dip. But then we have lots of copies listed at 30. So really, this card hasn't really started to cool off with the announcement of the alternate art. It hasn't cooled off too much. If anything, it cooled off by about $5, and then it's starting to come back up. So we'll see how this goes. If it does cool off a little bit more for EX10, because you're gonna have that alt. We'll keep an eye on this. Definitely keep an eye on this. Because right now, I still wouldn't buy. I'd wait. Especially, you can always buy the alt as well, which is probably going to be really, really cheap. But I would definitely sell. I would definitely sell those right now, especially if you want the alt. Sunrizamon. Sunrizamon's still doing pretty decent at $20 per copy. Still in the most recent sale, right around 20. Copies are listed all in the $20 range. I don't know if this card's going to see like a Sangomon type of bump, up to like $40, $50. It might go up to $25, $30. So, I mean, if you want to get this stuff for EX10, I would probably get it now, because I think it'll probably go up a little bit more. But I could be wrong. But I think it's probably going to go up a little bit more once people get more hype for rock and mineral. Mist Memory Boost is another card. We're getting another alternate version, so I wanted to look at the other alternate version that we got from Advanced X17. It's pretty cheap. It's only $2-3. Most recent sale 3. So it has come up a little bit. So again, if you like this version of the, with the Beelzemon version of the card better than the Lilithmon, you could potentially get this right now. It's very, very cheap, very, very non-expensive. I don't think that it's going to change too much when we get the other one. Might bring it down a little bit, but it's already pretty cheap as is, and there is lots of copies on the market too. Speaking of Beelzemon, Blast Mode has been seeing a little bit of an increases here, up from about $8 to 10. Blast Mode Ace, tons of copies. but seeing a little bit of a price hike because, you know, hype and Beelzemon support. So I don't think it'll come up much more than this, maybe $12, but it's not going to be too expensive of a card. But again, if you had a bunch of cards that were, you know, $6 a little while ago, you can try to offload them for 10 or 12 and make a little bit of profit. Ukomon. Ukomon's always a good card to talk about. Been coming down, actually, you know, generally from, you know, the high 50s. Been coming down, but we see here that the most recent sale is 47. And we got one copy at 40. And then you're back up to $47, $50. So this card hasn't changed too much. It does have the alt in Billion Bullen, and something that we didn't mention about the Beelzemon is it also does have an alt version of it, I believe. I believe it was the Ace, maybe Blast Mode, that has an alt in Billion Bullet, which will be coming out like October. So both this and this are getting alts. So we're gonna keep an eye on them because they're probably gonna go, like, this will go down in price because of the alt. This probably will go down in price because of the alt. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. So we'll keep an eye out on this one to see how it changes and the fluctuations with it. And I honestly don't, I mean, it still gets played a lot in a lot of decks. I just don't see it being played as much as I used to. Black War Greymon, X-Antibody, we talked about this one a while ago. It's still seeing an increase here up to almost $15. Market price, most recent sales a little bit lower than that, and we got a bunch of copies at 12, so not going up to 15 anytime soon, but is seeing a little bit of a price increase. And so definitely I would say that this is probably a decent card to be able to buy right now. You see that little increase, so it's not too much of a strain to go and pick those up because it could go up even higher. Same with Black or Gray from BT8. Market price 18, most recent sale 15. So again, trending a little bit down. We can see it has seen an increase from about $15, and now it's kind of just leveled off at around 18, but we're seeing a few cheaper sales, and there's a bunch of copies listed, so I don't see this card going up, you know, much more, you know, right now until we sell through a bunch of the copies there, which could happen if people get super excited for Black or Gray, because you buy out of these and it could be back up to $20. So it just depends, you know, what you want to get for yours. You could definitely put this up for sale right now. Similarly, Malgreymon Alterius mode is a card that could be really good for the War Greymon deck because it lets you Digivolve into your level 6 for free just by playing like a tie. So you never know what is a good way to do that, especially because the Black or Gray is super expensive usually. Playing a tie for like 3 cost or something like that is potentially very, very, very good. So you know, we'll keep an eye on this. It's not going up right now. Like most recent sales, $10, $10, $12. It is actually trending down, but I do believe it was lower before. So it did have a bit of a, well, I mean, it did come out in late June. So, I mean, it's basically just been falling since it came out. But we'll see what happens if people play this in the deck. It could see a resurgence. They're pretty cheap right now, so if you think this is something you want to play in your Black or Gray deck, I would definitely pick up copies right now because there's a lot for just under $10, or just over $10 really. And then lastly, I just wanted to look at Magnamon X-Antibody BT16. Still a really great set with a lot of really great cards in it. We're probably going to be looking at a lot of other BT16 cards in the next couple market analysis, especially because there's so many of them that potentially got better with the hits on the ban list. Things like Imperial Dramon, you know, Pyldramon. So there's a lot of BT16 cards that have never been even touched. This is one of them. You can see it's been trending downwards. It's not seeing as much play as it used to. We're not seeing any more Armor Rush decks. So it's, you know, most recent sale 55, down from like 80, which is the market. And we can see here there's a lot of copies under 60. So this is seeing definitely this price trend down. So potentially if this is a deck that interests you, keep an eye on it, because I could, you know, if people keep selling these, we could see it down near 50, which is a lot better. Still pretty expensive. It is a secret alt, but those cards from BT16 have held such great value for such a long time, and there's just so many of them. So it's just one of those cards that you kind of always want to come back to and just see how it's doing, because it's still expensive, regardless of not seeing as much play in the meta as it used to. But tell me what you guys think about all this. That's our market analysis. Those are the cards we looked at today. Did we have a good selection here? Did you enjoy this? Did I miss anything that you think was really important right now? Let me know in the comments down below. I always like to hear your guys' feedback and make sure I'm doing a good job with the market analysis and giving you as much good data and good information as I can. So please, like I said, always feel free to comment and let me know what you would like to see on these market analysis that we try to do every Friday. But it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.